Hey guys, it's Patrick with Ginger Snap Bakers again, and today we're going to do my version of pesto. And so what we're going to do is we've got a whole bunch of basil. I got basil from my garden, some from my friend Katie, some from my friend Patty. So I've just washed it really quickly and dried it off with a paper towel so it's nice and dry, trimmed all the stems off. So now my version of pesto calls for blue cheese, because I love blue cheese, and black walnuts. So that's going to give kind of like a smoky, deeper flavor for that. I've also got some fresh garlic, I've got olive oil, and salt and pepper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up the basil and the garlic a little bit so it doesn't have so much to do in the food processor, and we'll be right back. Okay, bye. And we're back. Sometimes I feel like when I do these videos like Paula Deen and be like, hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen. But we know she's a little crazy, so we're just gonna do me. All right. So what I had was about 1.5 cups of firmly packed basil, probably about 1 cup of blue cheese, and 1 cup of the walnuts. So what I've done in here in the food processor is I've kind of layered them. So like blue cheese, walnuts, basil, blah, 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 a little garlic on top of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my salt and I'm going to do just a good couple of pinches of that. And then we're going to do some black pepper in my little grinder. Basil's pretty peppery, I think, but this is going to add just a little bit more, and I really like that. So then we're going to put the lid on. That helps. Okay. It went on. Sometimes I have problems with that. There goes the lid to the oil. Anyway, the dog will find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on and pulse it, and then I'm going to slowly add the olive oil until it gets to the consistency that I like. So you're going to stop for a second and kind of like look at it, check it out. What's it doing? So it's still a little clumpy, and you want it to be a little bit smoother. Feels like a lot. So right now we're probably about 2/3 of a cup in. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to scoop it out and then I'm going to show it to you and then I'm going to taste it. Okay. And we're back. So I actually pulsed it a little bit more because whenever I popped it open it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. So I just blasted it for a couple more seconds. So I scooped it out, and now this is your finished product, nice and creamy and cheesy and greeny. So if you think about it, we used 1 cup of walnuts, we used 1 cup of blue cheese, about 1.5 cups of basil, and probably about 1 cup, a little bit more than 1 cup of olive oil, a couple good pinches of salt and pepper, and that was it. And the 2 cloves of garlic. You could put more in, you could put less in, none in. Also with the olive oil, I didn't want to be one of those guys that's like, you could also use this. But I like a nice rich taste in my olive oil. So you could use a lighter one if you don't like that like really strong flavor of that. So let's taste it, shall we? So good. It's smoky, it's creamy, it's got that little like tang from the blue cheese. You taste that olive oil, it's a little salty, which I like. So again, you can use less salt if you want. This is really good on fish, this is really good on beef, this is really good on chicken. It's as good as a dip. Seriously, like it's an all-purpose. Also goes well in your freezes beautifully section of your cookbook. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and look for another one next week. Okay, bye guys.